Hello guys and gals out there, this is your host, Darkhosis, for the Gamer Down and Star Wars The Old Republic Newb Adventures, episode number 5. And I'm sorry to start every episode almost like this lately, but I'm sorry the videos have been slow, I've been dealing with a lot of friggin' health problems these days. Last August is when it really started getting really bad. But it's been very, very difficult to make videos and everything. But I have recorded all my leveling, and I am up to about level 49 in Star Wars The Old Republic. And I'm doing my best to get these videos out and trying to light the fire under myself where I can get things going when I feel good enough to make a video. It's not as hard to play as it is to sit here and edit videos and comment on them. It is a little bit of work, actually is. So anyway, back to Star Wars The Old Republic Newb Adventures. We're about to meet up with Kira Carson, who eventually becomes one of your main companions. You use her at least up to like level 25 or 30-ish. So this is Kira, and I'm actually married to her by this point. Check her out.
Just in time. These guys get points for courage, but we're a little outnumbered. There's more than a few trigger-happy thugs in that docking bay. The kidnappers are threatening to kill Dr. Tarnus, but they might be bluffing. I'm not even sure they have him.
Bluff or not, the Doctor is in danger.
So, how do we handle this?
I won't risk them killing Tarnus. We'll do this the hard way.
Then you shouldn't go in alone. I borrowed a stealth field generator from Agent Galen's office. Makes me practically invisible. I can sneak in first, then when you attack, I'll take a few thugs by surprise. What do you think?
I don't want you getting hurt.
I can handle myself in a fight. The only reason I'm still a Padawan is because of my master. I've passed every test. Master Quix just doesn't think I'm serious enough to be a full Jedi. But I'm working on it. Give me a chance.
Suppose there's no rule against Padawans joining combat missions.
Great. Now you see me? Now you don't. I'll get into position and attack on your signal. Let's rescue as a doctor.
So, you have heard our plan. We have a doctor to rescue here. And Kira, I really enjoyed having her as a companion. And I still pull her out and use her sometimes when I need some extra DPS. And that's one real cool thing about your companions. I have 5 now, and each one can fill a different role. So, they're awesome. Anyway, back to the storyline here. This is for the class quest as well. And what we're going to do is infiltrate this base. And this is basically what I'm doing here. And once we've infiltrated the base, we spring our plan that you heard a little bit ago. And you can see that Kira does not last very long at all. And I do cut out a lot of the fighting in this, just so you can see the cutscenes. The fighting is a little bit on the boring side. I might add that, but it's not too bad.
Jedi scum! I'll kill you someday.
He sure killed my stealth field generator. Oh well, it was fun while it lasted. Isn't teamwork grand?
You handled yourself like a true Jedi, Kira.
Wait, I need a hollow of that. I want to play it back for Master Quix. No sign of Dr. Tarnus. Kinda puts a damper on things.
We were the decoys. Now you'll never see your little doctor again.
Is that so? Give me a minute with this guy. I'll make him talk.
You have 1 minute. Talk fast.
Thing is, we don't need him to talk. Not when I can just read his mind.
What? Stop that! Get out of my head! Get out! The doctor's in the Black Sun headquarters. Solar has him. Just leave me alone.
Cheap thugs will believe anything. I can't read your mind, stupid.
You tricked me!
Smooth, Kira. Very smooth.
Black Sun is a major crime syndicate. Whatever they want with Tarnus, we'd better save him quick. Me and my security detail will clean this up. Agent Galen will want to hear about this.
And that was that. Now we're going to go ahead and turn this quest in and follow the class quest a little bit. I know it gets a little willy-nilly the way I'm doing this, but this is the way I quested. You're seeing exactly the way I quested here. And you're seeing the cutscenes in the order that I saw them.
Dr. Tarnus is the least of our worries, General. The stolen data files had details, not only on the planet prison, but every weapon prototype and research facility in existence.
Our most powerful experimental weapons, and Black Sun has access to them. How could this happen?
What does Black Sun stand to gain?
They could make a fortune selling secrets to our enemies.
We must act quickly to secure these other weapons. Where are they?
3 off-world research facilities. Minimal defenses to give them a low profile. They're vulnerable.
Master Kiewicz and I will split up and protect 2.
And I'll take the third one.
You get the fun part, rescuing Dr. Tarnus and the copied data files from Black Sun.
We'll be back in time for dinner.
Kira will stay behind too. With Agent Galen leaving, her computer talents will be needed.
She can be impulsive, but give her a chance. You'll make a good team.
She's rough around the edges, but I like her.
She struggles with emotional attachments, as many young Jedi do. Be mindful of that.
We should go. May the Force be with us all.
I'll escort you to your ships, my friends.
Before I go, I'm putting all my resources at your disposal. There's a special tactical unit in Black Sun territory. Experienced security officers who've been fighting those gangsters for months. Go to these coordinates. Talk to Sergeant Nidaljo. He can help you rescue Dr. Tarnus and get those copied data files.
This mission is too important to fail. I'll take all the help I can get.
I'll let him know you're coming. Don't underestimate the Black Sun gang. They enjoy killing, and they're good at it. Kira's on her way. I'll get her plugged into our security network before I leave. Good luck.
One of the devs must have been a huge Soundgarden fan. Black Hole Sun. I think that's the second Soundgarden reference I've seen in leveling. Anyway, I have one more quest to go ahead and turn in over here to our little buddy. So let's go ahead and see what this guy has to say real quick.
In accordance with Security Force Regulation 1195, conversations with non-security personnel are to be kept to a minimum. Let's make this quick. I'm Captain Denel Zahn. Senator Bark's page ordered me to give you information regarding the Senator's stolen goods.
Where can I find the shipment?
Look, I don't work for him. If you want that information, we're gonna have to come to an understanding. Did the Senator's crony tell you where the shipment came from, or what these computer chips are for?
Now that you mention it, he didn't explain anything about the ships.
I'm not surprised. These political types like to gloss over details. The chips are from planet Ryloth. They're designed to operate remote control slave collars. Under Republic Law 4412, Rylothian slave collars and the chips used to make them are illegal in Republic space, even for senators.
Why would a senator need chips for slave collars?
To be honest, I don't know, but it really doesn't change anything. The law is the law. Our immediate problem is that these slave collar chips are spread around the Migrant Merchants Guild headquarters. First priority is get the shipment together again. After that, bring the chips back to me and I'll make sure they're destroyed.
That sounds like the right thing to do.
It's the only thing to do. Find the chips and get out of the guild warehouse. Once you've got everything, I suggest you let us deal with the shipment, not the senator.
This quest actually turned out to be fairly easy, and I had it knocked out in no time, so you'll get to see the conclusion right after this little bit of me talking here. I try to make a few little moments in between the cutscenes to talk. When I first took this project on, it took a lot of thought as how I was going to do it, with all these cutscenes, but I'm just going to talk in between them. That's the only way I can do it. So here's the conclusion to the quest.
Look what the Wampa dragged in. I was beginning to wonder if I'd see you again. Did you get the shipment of slave collar chips?
Take these chips and destroy them, Captain.
Oh, I will. Senator Park will be disappointed, but the law is the law, even for senators. I know he probably offered more, but I can at least give you the standard rate for your work.
I'm just glad we found them before Senator Bark did.
I'm with you on that. To be honest, I can't think of a more detestable technology. I've got a lot of data work to do now. We don't want the Senator finding any fault with the way this was handled, but you've got my thanks.
While this quest was easy, you did have a choice. And there's a few quests while you're leveling up that you do have a choice to turn it into this guy and get light side points, or turn it into this other guy and get dark side points. And also, there's tons of side quests here.
Well, look at
and here's
this.
another.
A Jedi. This is something special. Feel like I should have polished my boots. I'm Captain Theraguin. Last officer on the job here since the patrol stopped. Welcome to Black Sun territory.
What do you mean by that?
I take it you're new here. Black Sun. Coruscant's nastiest gang. They've infested this entire sector. The locals only venture out of their apartments when they have to scrounge for supplies. Now with no security forces, what future do they have? And Black Sun has a new game. Call it Boom.
I sense that there's more, and not all of it is pleasant.
Black Sun steals Republic supply crates, takes the supplies out, then rigs the crates with explosives. Then they set the trapped crates in the street, make bets on how long before some fool tries to open them.
Why would anyone do a thing like that?
I don't know. You want to be charitable, assume Black Sun doesn't think straight. Didn't believe it until I saw it with my own eyes. This mousy little woman, blown to pieces. I tried to defuse the crates myself. The mechanics are simple, but Black Sun's everywhere. Nearly killed me last time.
I can handle Black Sun. I want to make things right.
Thank you. That's just what I needed to hear. Now, Black Sun's explosives are pretty simple. I can show you what to do. Anything you can do, I'll be more than grateful. But be damn careful.
I won't only be careful, I'll be damn careful. Damn careful. Yes, I will be. So, if you remember from our last video, and that really funny talking robot, that Packneck guy or whatever, yeah, this was the quest I'm doing right now here, where I had to go into the sewers, and this is like way far into a place. You know, some of these quests you have to take literally 30 minutes just to get to the quest. And here's what this quest ended up being. And it's quite a little different than I thought it would be.
This is our hydro supply, and we like it broken. Now get lost.
What are you kids doing here?
We live here. Who do you think you are, stomping in here like this? We need this water. We don't have any money, and there's nowhere else in the district to get water for free. We'll die if it gets shut off.
What happened to your parents?
They died in the war, all right? We're on our own now. Just leave us alone. This is the only place we've got, and the only way for us to get by.
If I gave you some credits, would you be able to find a new place to go?
Yeah, that'd be a start. It'll take a lot, though. Are you gonna give us enough?
This should take care of you, and your friends.
Whoa! I've never even seen that many credits before. We can trade for a long time with these. Thanks!
And thankfully, for these quests where they say you give credits, you actually, you know, it doesn't come out of your backpack or anything. Yeah, I had to check my backpack. I was like, man, how many credits does that damn kid take? You know, he's acting like I gave him a friggin' million credits here. But none were missing. If anything, maybe like 5 or something. I don't know. It was just a few. So we had to go to this little cantina here and meet up with one of the quest guys. You know, if you've been following the quest line, you'll know exactly who I'm going to meet. Like I said, I am level 49 now, and all of this I'm having to think back to exactly what happened. And some of this is from like 3 weeks ago at least. And you know, like I said, I've been trying to get the videos out, and I'm going to have a lot out in the next few weeks, I should have.
I'm here to pick up the recordings you have for Deuce Everton.
Want to spray paint that on the walls or anything? Little discretion here. Tell Dooch it's just what he asked for. Enough for the Republic to make arrests. Black Sun, the real stuff. Hope they can make it stick. This is Coruscant. You shouldn't have to be afraid for your life just because you get off the wrong elevator.
And that's probably the shortest cutscene in the entire game. There's a few, like, you know, where you just go to the guy and they're like, thanks, and things like that. But I thought it'd be a good opportunity to kind of look around the club a little bit. As you see, there's tons of NPCs dancing, but you don't see any other players around. And that is a little bit of an issue with, you know, this game, I must admit. You don't see a lot of other players. I know I'm Republic side, and they say it's like a 10-to-1 ratio in favor of the Empire side. Anyway, here's another cutscene.
Loback says the recordings in here should be enough to make arrests.
Almost all of the questing on Coruscant revolves around the Black Sun gang, and there are lots of side quests too, you know, but those also seem to also involve the Black Sun gang in one way or another. And you have to fight your way into their territory more than once, and without the sprint ability at this point, it's a lot of walking. And you know, but the game is still so friggin' fun and enjoyable that I can't put Star Wars: The Old Republic down. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to this guy. More about the Black Sun, I'm afraid.
Corporal, get a KOTOR pack on that man. The rest of you prep for evac.
Agent Galen sent me. What's happened?
Black Sun. They're not a gang anymore, they were an army. We were securing a perimeter around their base for you. They hit back with military-grade weapons. Killed 6 of my men.
7, sir. Joran's gone.
We're not equipped for this fight. Not anymore. We can't help you.
No need to panic. We'll figure something out.
All due respect, you don't have a clue what you're up against. We've been fighting Black Sun for months. Now with new weapons and armor, they're unstoppable. Look at us, we're half dead. And they didn't suffer a single casualty. There's no hope of victory.
If you surrender now, your soldiers will have died in vain. Is that what you want? What about the man inside that base waiting to be rescued? You'd abandon him? This is a moment of truth, Sergeant. Do you give up and let evil win? Or stand up and fight?
I'll go with you, but I won't ask my men to follow.
You don't have to. The Jedi's right. We can't let those scum beat us.
Count me in. Always wanted to fight alongside a Jedi.
You'll need to take down the base's security network so we can get inside. Once the network's down, we'll attack the back entrance. You take the front. We'll rendezvous in the base.
Be strong, all of you. I'll see you on the inside.
Let's double time it, men. Move, move!
After my pep talk, hopefully this guy's ready to do a little fighting. He doesn't sound too great. So, yeah, the Black Sun. You know, they're causing us a hell of a lot of trouble here. And on the way to the main quest, there was tons of little side quests.
A Jedi.
And here's another.
You don't stand out from all the lowlifes down here at all, do you? I'm Phalaris. I think you and I should have a private chat.
Even a Jedi enjoys the attention of an attractive woman.
We're talking business, not pleasure. There's a rumor going around that Black Sun's about to clean house. Snitches, rival gang leaders, they're all gonna be dead meat. There's a list of these unfortunate individuals sitting on their computers. I need those names.
Sounds like this should be relatively simple.
Well, it's not as straightforward as you might think. I can slice into Black Sun's computers and get the hit list, but they'll be able to trace me. So while I'm slicing in, I need someone to break into the Black Sun hideout and shut down their tracing equipment. Think you can do that?
You really want to put your life in my hands to get this list?
Don't have much choice, do I? I need that list, and I need it yesterday. Time to make this happen.
Another
All right,
fairly
go.
straightforward quest. And, you know, I do cut out a lot of the fighting and things. You know, basically, almost all the questing is kill X number of mobs or loot X number of objects, just like Rift and every other friggin' MMO in the world. You know, it just has to be done that way. You know, thankfully, you know, it's disguised underneath a story, so maybe really feel like you're doing something important, but you are still killing X number of mobs and looting
Tarnus,
X number of
I risked
objects.
everything for you. Stealing those data files, faking your kidnapping. This is how you repay us?
You were compensated with enough weapons and armor to make Black Sun invincible.
Invincible? There's a Jedi carving up my base! This is your fault. We never should have trusted a Sith.
If a Jedi has come for you, Solar, it wasn't my doing.
You won't get away with betraying the Republic, Dr. Tarnus.
The name is Lord Tarnus. I've shed that old skin. I have no time for this nonsense. Finish your pointless battle. Coruscant's fate is already sealed.
Surrender, you scum! We got you surrounded.
This is Sergeant Nadaljo. He's here to arrest you. I suggest you let him.
Black Sun doesn't surrender!
Now the truth is revealed, and Tarnus, he turned out to be a friggin' Sith, the guy we're trying to rescue. Anyway, here's that down and out captain we were talking to earlier.
Can't believe it! We just took down Salar. Black Sun won't forget that anytime soon. We lost some good soldiers, but this victory gives their deaths meaning.
Your men fought bravely. You should be proud.
Thanks for leading this mission. Black Sun will have reinforcements here soon. Any sign of the man you came to rescue?
There you are. We intercepted Solar's holocall to Tarnus. Can't believe he's a Sith. That's not the worst news. The planet prison prototype here at the lab? A fake. Tarnus stole the real planet prison.
Trace that holocall you intercepted. Use it to locate our Sith's base of operations.
Already working on it. We need you back at the Senate Tower. Kira out.
Sounds like your work is just starting. We won't hold you up. Goodbye, Jedi.
I must admit that plot twist did take me by surprise. I had no idea that Dr. Tarnus was a Sith. So anyway, back to the questing. You remember in the sewer and this crazy dude, this crazy robot here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and turn this quest in.
Clean life waters flow upward. You flawlessly applied my crafted solution to the hydro supply at the Black Sun level below. Adulation.
I'm glad to have been a part of it.
You are unmarred by Black Sun green perpendiculars. I am gratified by this. Clean life waters flow and nurture upper levels. The Coruscant sufferer beings achieve benefits on the Enclave's green ingenuity. My black sphere evolves to a purple parallel because of you. When I impart this development, Patake will progress enthusiasm with the Senator.
I'm glad life on Coruscant will be better now.
The city planet's infrastructure expresses elementary designs. Additional upgrading is sternly recommended. I pledged you a piece of Gree ingenuity. This solution was crafted specifically for your being. My acknowledgement and appreciations. I continue upgrading Coruscant systems and ensure the clean life waters flow upward. Accept my unyielding gratefulness.
Maybe it's a bad thing that I actually understand most of what that guy's saying. Yeah. I don't know. Some people really were annoyed by this guy, and he's going down in history as one of the most annoying characters. A lot of people are saying. I don't know. I didn't think he was that bad. Anyway, there was the continuation of this quest, basically right behind him. So here this one is.
I'm here to help. Is there anything I can do?
Operator units always inherit fouled labors. I administrate as well as Patake, but I am marooned to waste processing. What have I done to incur white acute?
I'm a Jedi Knight. I'd like to lend a hand with the repairs.
Jedi? I must adjust my estimation of Patake's aptitude for administration, but only slightly. Patake commanded me, optimize Coruscant's waste processing system, preserve your organs from filth, disease, poisons. But Ugnaught porcine bipeds plunder Gree ingenuity from waste processors. With Gree optimization solution stolen, filth, disease, poisons spread uncontrolled, plagues imminent.
We need to act now before it's too late.
You comprehend the volatility of this predicament. You exhibit enhanced insight for your species. The Ugnaught porcine bipeds plundered Gree optimization solution unaware of internal transmitters. I detect the plundered device's coordinates. Patake authorizes compensation of Republic credits to the Black Bisector who repossesses the optimization solution.
I suppose I can do that much for you.
That is the expected response, Black Bisector. Why exhaust respiratory functions on it?
And some of you may have figured it out, if you are playing Star Wars The Old Republic, that this is where you get the Black Bisector title. Alright, now we're back to Admiral Akbar and Admiral Akbar Serial. Yeah, I need to work on that impersonation. Here's the continuation of the class quest, and all the stuff with Tarnus being the Sith and all that's gonna come to a head right now. Yeah, with Val Sutra.
Working as my chief scientist. How can I defend the Republic if I can't trust my own people? Tarnus's entire engineering team vanished along with the planet prison. They're all traitors too.
The Sith want us to panic. Don't give in to fear.
Tarnus will use the planet prison against Coruscant. He could trap us here forever, paralyze the Republic by holding us hostage. You're our only hope of stopping that.
I'll stop him, General, but I need to know where he is.
That's where I come in. I just traced that holocall we intercepted from the Black Sun base. Tarnus was communicating from down in Sector 439.
Justicar territory. Tarnus knows we're not welcome there. Justicars are paramilitary vigilantes. They took over a sector, cut ties with the rest of Coruscant, and they don't like visitors.
You call them vigilantes. Explain.
Many Justicars are ex-Republic military who came home to find gangsters controlling their neighborhoods. They believe the Republic abandoned Coruscant to crime, so they've taken matters into their own hands. Justicars are well-trained and armed, but they don't concern me. It's the Sith Lord I'm worried about.
You shouldn't face Tarnus alone. I may only be a Padawan, but I can help you.
With this much at stake, 2 Jedi are better than 1.
Stop Tarnus before he uses the planet prison against us. The fate of the Republic rests on your shoulders, Jedi. May the Force be with you.
And here is where you actually pick up Kira Carson as your main companion. I believe it says she's like a guest, but almost all of the new companions you pick up after T7 are labeled as guests, and then they become your main companion. And I had a few surprises while leveling up. People that became my companions that I didn't think they were, it was just kind of strange, wow, I can't believe that guy is part of the storyline, but we'll get to that part. You might remember the little piggy guy. Well, we're going to turn his quest in. I made you suffer through him last time, and this a little bit.
Asked.
Now, here is a point where I must agree with the critics. Some of the alien voices, such as this little piggy guy, are quite annoying. I think that they did use alien voices a little too often in the questing. By the time I'm 49, I would dread seeing an alien and not being able to understand them and not have a true cutscene. Here is the continuation to the other quest we were doing.
Since I haven't been visited by any large, angry Black Sun thugs, I take it you got everything taken care of?
The equipment? It's history.
All right, that's great news. What a relief. Here, something for your trouble. I can't thank you enough for your help. It's funny. There are people who would pay a frigate load of credits for this list.
So, you had an ulterior motive all along.
No, it's nothing like that. I was just thinking it'd be nice to make a little something extra, wouldn't it? I say we seize this opportunity while we can.
That list should be used to save lives.
You just don't give in, do you? You're right. I shouldn't be looking for a quick profit. I'll make sure the list ends up in the right hands. Lives are more important than credits anyhow. See you around then. Thanks again for all your help.
Yeah, I should have known by the way she looked that she had an ulterior motive. Yeah, I used to date a girl look just like her. Yeah, you might remember this little funky guy here that we had to, I believe, destroy some crates or something for him. Well, here's the conclusion to his little quest. He has a lot of
I heard
dialogue.
an explosion in a good while. Guess that means you defused those crates.
I think I found them all. Let's hope Black Sun doesn't get any more.
We'll make sure. No more people will be killed looking for food. Now, I'm no rich senator, but let me give you a little something for taking care of this. Recognition.
It's a generous offer, but I can't accept.
Rare to find someone not out to make a profit. You probably have other business, so I won't keep you. Watch your back out there.
And that was that. Got us some light side points. Saved a whole hell of a lot of people from blowing up who were just trying to get some food. And I was surprised by the amount of dialogue that side quest had. I mean, if you add it up, that guy probably talked for a whopping 5 minutes. But the quests keep coming, and
Jedi,
here's yet
haven't
another
seen
one.
you guys in ages. Not that I'm surprised. This place is a mess. I used to be proud to say Lieutenant Dorn, Coruscant Security Forces. These days, it's just a job. Doesn't even pay the bills.
You should be proud of what you do.
Right now, I'm just trying to keep my head above the garbage. Now some stupid holodisk was stolen, and the commander wants me to deal with it. I don't have the manpower to recover stolen intelligence. I can't just pull a commando unit out of my helmet, can I?
Perhaps I could be of assistance.
You're volunteering? I was probably going to figure something out, but hey, I'll take you up on that. Here's the deal. You probably don't know them, but there's these weird secret passages running all over the planet. The funny thing is, we didn't even know about these passages until the schematics were stolen off an old databank.
Why would anyone steal this information?
So they can sneak around the planet and get away with who knows what. But the schematics weren't taken by some gutter thief. They were taken by the blasted justicars. Crazy vigilantes. The justicars are armed to the teeth. Most of my security officers just flat out refuse to tangle with them.
Isn't that their job?
Like I said, we don't get paid enough to stick our necks out too far. There's another detail. We don't know where the justicars took the stolen schematics. An agent from the Strategic Information Service was assigned to track the thieves, but she hasn't reported back in.
Rescuing this spy should be top priority.
She's probably fine. You know how flaky intelligence types can be. Her name is Feeler Dan. A little old and a little batty, if you ask me. Feeler's last known location was in Justicar territory. If she's done her job, she should know where to find those schematics.
Time to find out if this spy knows her business.
Now keep in mind, worthless as they may be, we're under strict orders to make sure these schematics aren't leaked to anyone. So after you find old lady Feeler and recover the schematics, you make sure to bring them directly back to me. That's critical.
You may have noticed some very shitty FPS when that cutscene, and there are areas of the game where the
I heard you sent the Black Sun's
your
package.
frames per second
Have you
just
tracked down
bottom
where they
out.
took the cargo yet?
If you remember where we ended our last video, it was with this
Send the
lady
security
here,
cleaning crew
and
down
we're
there
turning in her quest right now.
Then we can try to patch up this operation.
She really didn't have a whole lot to say, so I just completely trounced over all of her dialogue. You know, like I said I wasn't going to do, but I ended up doing it anyway. Well. Yeah, you know, I know that this whole Star Wars The Old Republic Newb Adventures is kind of a novel concept, and it's really weird, you know, having to do it this way in between the cutscenes. Like, the way I did Rift Newb Adventures was I talked the entire 45 minutes, talked the entire time, but, you know, I can't do that with somebody else's talking in the cutscene. You know, it's just not going to happen. But, yeah, I was really fascinated by this Wookiee here, by the way. But, yeah, that is just the way it's going to have to be, you know. I'm going to have to talk in between these cutscenes. Otherwise, I'm going to have to trounce over too much dialogue. Here's yet another quest.
Excuse me, Master Jedi? No, don't look at me. Just look casual. Act like you're not talking to anyone. My name's Jafke. I'm with Republic Security. Is the street clear? Any Justicar patrols?
I don't see any justicars in the street.
Alright, good. It should be safe for us to talk. For now. I already tangled with the Justicars. Trust me, you don't want to underestimate these guys.
I appreciate your words of caution.
Gladly. I wouldn't want anyone else making the same mistake I did.
Public security was actually excited about the justicars at first. A bunch of ex-military guys forming a militia to take back the streets.
The justicars weren't the allies you'd hoped for.
Public security hoped the justicars would work alongside our officers, bring order to Coruscant's lower levels. But they pushed out Republic forces just like they did the criminals. They keep the peace down here, but they definitely aren't on the Republic side.
If the justicars aren't working with the Republic, then who are they working with?
No clue. They pushed out Black Sun and the other criminal groups, but their goals are still a mystery. We've tried to run surveillance on their activities, but their signal jammers block every attempt. I thought disrupting the jammers would be easy, but the Justicar patrols are everywhere.
It would be a privilege to assist an agent of the Republic.
Really? That would be great. I built the devices to disrupt the Justicar's jammers. They just need to be installed. Can you do that for me?
I'll take the devices and place them for you.
Thank you so much. Here, take the devices. They need to be planted at several points around the district. That's the tricky part. Justicar patrols are everywhere. Once you've planted the devices, make your way back. Good luck, and thanks.
Alright, and now with that out of the way, we can go ahead and find that old lady that we were supposed to talk to, like a couple of quests ago or something like that. A couple of cutscenes ago at least.
I'm just an old woman minding her own business. Haven't done nothing to no one.
I take it you're the Republic spy.
Oh, so you're my backup. About time. I'm risking my neck loitering here. Republic security needs to get its act together. Downright insulting this has taken so long.
The lieutenant said you never contacted him.
He's never heard of radio silence? Idiot. Look, I tracked the data thieves down here, and I'm positive the Justicars took the schematics to their base. Probably to their main computer. You do realize, though, that once you take the schematics back, they'll just gather dust in some security storeroom.
The Justicars would use the schematics to hurt people.
Sure, but I'm not suggesting you let it go. Hear me out on this. My daughter runs a relief group called Undercity Assistance. They bring food and supplies to the poor in the lower levels. These schematics would help them avoid the gangs down here.
Are you asking me to give you the schematics instead of returning them?
No, not at all. Just bring the holodisc back to me after you get it, and I'll make a copy for my daughter.
You're asking me to betray Lieutenant Dorn.
For a good cause, yes. And that fool will never know the difference. You have all the information I can give. Go pay a visit to the Justicars, and if you want that data put to good use, I'll be here.
Early on in the game, you are given lots of quests where you do have lots of choices. But later on in the game, those choices kind of fade. Anyway, here's yet another
Jedi
quest.
In the flesh? Perfect. This is perfect. So my name's Paus, right? And I'm a journalist. The only journalist down here who isn't afraid to dig up the truth. I'm onto something major with these Justicars. I'm gonna blow the lid on all their tyranny and oppression and show all of Coruscant what they really are.
Sounds like an honorable endeavor.
I'm glad you think so too, my friend. I'm working on a major scoop. A clear-cut case of wrongful arrest, illegal imprisonment, and unjust execution. Proof I need is just out of reach, though. I need a fearless hero to get that evidence. I need you.
Just tell me what needs to be done, Paus.
I knew you were the one. You're a fighter, baby, fighting the good fight. Raquel Lysanis, son of a wealthy family, arrested and executed without trial or explanation. He's the key to everything. The catalyst, the dirty little secret. Nobody's talking about Raquel's death. Not the Justicars, not his family, nobody. So I need the facts, straight from the source. The Justicar Tower. That's where you come in.
I'll find out the true circumstances of this poor boy's death, Paus. Perhaps then, justice can be served.
Yeah, and not the Justicars jackbooting justice either. The real thing. Interrogation droids. They're the key. Justicars use them all the time, and they record everything they see. Find the droid that recorded Raquel, smash it, and yank the memory core. You can check the core on the Justicar computers to make sure you've got the right one.
Sounds like this should be relatively simple.
All right then. As soon as you've got the recording I need, bring it back here, and we'll show Coruscant the truth about these Justicars. Good luck, buddy. Good luck.
And this quest here is actually another one of those choice quests where you can make 3 or 4 different decisions, you know. And those really fade out towards the end of the game.
Too many of you on
all right, let's go ahead and pick up this other quest here, and that's going to almost do it for this episode.
Strategic Information Service. Notice anything odd down here? Like how quickly the justicars took control? Weapons and armor don't just materialize out of thin air. The justicars have a supplier, and it isn't the Republic. You follow?
You suspect the justicars of illegal trade?
And worse, black market goods are one thing, but trading with the Empire is treason. Whoever's got the weapons runs the show. The SIS needs to know where those supplies are coming from. The justicars control their own shipping dock, and I'm sure they keep records. I just need someone who can handle an ambush to get them.
Storming the docks might make the justicars suspicious.
If there were another way, I'd be topside and long gone by now. Get those records to me as soon as you find them. You don't want to get waylaid by the justicars.
Fortunately, all of these quests were all in the same area, so that made it a lot easier. This may be one of the only chances I get to say this, so this has been Darkhosis for the Gamer Down. We're going to go ahead and turn this one other quest in that we picked up about 3 cutscenes ago.
You're back! Thank goodness. Did you get all the devices in place?
The devices are all in place.
What a relief. I really can't thank you enough for your help. Alright, let's see if these things work. They're booting up now. Synchronizing, and... It's working! The frequencies are all clearing, one by one. This is fantastic.
Then everything seems to be resolved.
I never could have done this without you. Never. Amazing. Here. I could never reward you enough for what you've done. I'll notify headquarters that the jammers are down. Thanks again for your help. This mission would have been a complete failure without you.
After not too much time, I had finished up several of the side quests, and I decided to go ahead and turn those in as well. And here's the conclusion, at least one of them. And yeah, the video's coming to an end, and I'm going to have more Star Wars The Old Republic Newb Adventures to come. So be expecting those, and also many other games. Take care.
Shipping records from the Justicar docks. This should be everything you need.
Couldn't have done it better myself. These records prove that justicars are getting supplies from off-world. I'll transmit these to headquarters, let them chew on it a while. You've got my thanks.
And you have my thanks as well. This is Darkhosis for the Gamer Down. Be sure and thumbs up videos, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it very, very much. Take care.